Welcome everyone to Finding Life, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Jeff, and we're here to help you find life, enjoy life, and win in life. Today, we are in episode 147, and what I want to talk to us about today is you are what you think. You are what you think. Proverbs chapter 23, verses 1 through 8. And so I just want to quickly read through this, and then we'll kind of open things up a little bit and go through it some more. So it says here, verse 1, "When you sit down to eat with a ruler, consider carefully what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you are a man given to appetite. Do not desire his delicacies, for they are deceitful food. Do not overwork to be rich, because of your own understanding cease. Will you set your eye on that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away like an eagle toward heaven. Do not eat the bread of a miser," or my cross-reference says, "one who has an evil eye, nor desire his delicacies. For as he thinks in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. The morsels you have eaten, you will vomit up, and waste your pleasant words." So, let's kind of open this up a little bit here. Verse 1 says this, "When you sit down with and eat with a ruler, consider carefully what is before you." So what is he telling us here? He's telling us here, listen, be aware and keep your eyes open in regards to, the motives of others. He says, don't just go into things blindly. Don't just accept what people say. Don't just sign on the bottom line because, hey, you know what? They just tell you to do it. Don't accept an opportunity just because they say it's great. Go into these things. When you sit down with a ruler, consider carefully what is before you. Verse 2, "And put a knife to your throat if you are a man or a person given to appetite." What does that mean? It means we need to recognize our weaknesses and our blind spots. Because if we are not aware and recognize our weaknesses and our blind spots, and other people are aware of our weaknesses and blind spots, people can take advantage of us. You and I can be taken advantage of if we are not aware, going into something with our eyes open and aware, having awareness, and also recognizing our weaknesses and our blind spots. Verse 4. "Do not overwork to be rich." You notice it doesn't say don't work to be rich. He just said don't overwork to be rich. So you can work to be rich. But the end all and the be all and the highest goal is not to be rich. So we don't need to overwork to be rich. And a lot of times when we overwork, we get tired. And if we overwork, we can compromise those things that are important to us. So he says, listen, I want you to use wisdom, the wisdom of God, as you are working and developing and creating wealth in your life. Because of your own understanding, cease. Well, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 says, listen, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Verse 5. "You will set your eyes on that which is not, for riches certainly make themselves wings, and they fly away like an eagle towards heaven." 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 17 says this, "Don't put your trust in the uncertainty of riches, but in the living God, who freely and richly gives us all things to enjoy." See, riches are uncertain. In other words, they have ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs. There is uncertainty to wealth. So just because you have some doesn't mean it stays. And just because you have some doesn't mean you're always going to have it. There is this fluctuation. It comes and goes. So listen, don't put your faith and confidence in money. Put your faith and confidence in God. Why? Because he wants to richly, freely and richly give us all things to enjoy. Amen? Verse 6. Verse 6. Says, "Do not eat the bread of a miser or one who has an evil eye, nor desire his delicacies." What do you see in verse 6? Don't allow yourself to be manipulated. Do not allow yourself to be manipulated. That is why we need to enter into situations and circumstances with our eyes open, having awareness, recognizing our weaknesses and our blind spots so we cannot be manipulated. Amen. You see that? Do not eat the bread of a miser, nor desire his delicacies. Why? Because he's going to try to manipulate with these things, you with these things, me with these things. He'll try to use that against us. Verse 7, for as he thinks in his heart, so is he. He says to you, eat and drink, but his heart is not with you. So not everything people say to us is what they mean. Verse 7, as he thinks, so is he. Not as he says to you, not as he says, not as he promises, not as he lies, not as his flattery. Because his heart is not with you or for you. So what do we see? Be aware, there are liars and frauds and con artists everywhere. Matthew chapter 7, verses 15 and 16 says this, there are wolves. There are wolves in sheep's clothing. Wolves, that's what this is talking about, wolves in sheep's clothing. They say the right words, they try to manipulate, they try to get us to respond and commit and take on something. But we must be aware that there is an ulterior motive. There is not a win-win. This is a win-lose. They want to win. They want us to lose. Wolves in sheep clothing. Jesus said this, you will know them by their fruits or their results. So what's my encouragement for us today? Look at the fruits in people's lives and judge based on the fruit. Stay aware. Keep your eyes open. Understand your weaknesses and your blind spots, and be led by the Spirit. Something's not right, back off, put something on the shelf, take time to pray about it. Love you, God bless, and we'll see you next time.